I'm back from my Colorado spiritual camping trip. I gotta say that fast 3 times. Colorado spiritual. Anyway, shout out to Unclebronze, who is one of my mentors. He brought us together, met some great people, soul family. We really connected on a deeper level, and I learned so much about myself. The main thing that I learned was adapting and adjusting to change. And I talk about this all the time, but I've never went camping before in my life. So little things like sleeping on the ground, setting up the tent, and just dealing with the elements like rain in my tent, or dirt, or like mosquitoes biting me. That really taught me a lot and made me appreciate, I guess, like the conveniences that I usually have in my life. Also, it's really amazing and peaceful to be in nature. Nature teaches you so many things, and for a long time I always thought the cities are where it's at, and I still think the cities provide a lot of opportunity, but nature doesn't lie. It's very transparent. Another key takeaway from my trip was it was very physical. Like, we went all over Colorado to different parts, sandboarding on the sand dunes. They actually have mountains there like Dune, and it was a lot of fun, and I actually fell and hurt myself, and it's funny, but it's not funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. But I'm not going to show you the video because I think it's a little foolish of me, because I thought I could do it, and I pushed myself too much and I hurt myself. My neck hurts, but luckily I'm okay. So we did that. We did whitewater rafting. We did a lot of hiking, and each day we went to a new campsite. So it was very physically draining and helping out, cooking, and it's enjoyable. But it's another thing that I reinforced, that I said this before, like the physical reinforces the mental and the spiritual. The spiritual and the mental also reinforce the physical. So even though it was very physically demanding trip, it wasn't like kumbaya relaxing. There are spiritual lessons involved. There are mental lessons involved. There are upgrades involved in doing the physical activity. That's why it's important to have some type of physical routine that you practice. And it doesn't have to be what I do, but it could be like Pilates, yoga, meditation, basketball, whatever. But the fact of simply breaking the comfort zone and going outside brings you to another level. And I'm not saying that just because I went on this trip, I'm on a new level. I think it's like the flower of life. It's always expanding, it's always evolving. So I put myself in a growth mindset. So I'm evolving and looking myself in the mirror all the time. That's what I think is important. Again, my meaning of life is love, freedom, and creation is always evolving. Creation is always growing. This was a moment for me to upgrade because I felt called to go to nature. I felt called to be in the mountains. I felt called to join the group, and I'm happy because I met some really nice people. Also, according to one of my other mentors, Emily the Mystic, when you feel called to go to a location, your energy that you bring, your soul or your essence, activates light codes in the land, and you get upgrades, you get downloads. Everything has energy. You saw me like hugging trees there and stuff, because the trees have energy. There's roots underneath, they're all connected. So in a way, like this tree has like a disease on it. I can heal the tree and the tree can heal me. It's an exchange. And that's how energy is. So I feel like, in a way, going on this trip activated me in some way. But that doesn't mean that I didn't experience tough times. Like, it was challenging at some points. After like 2 days, I was like, guys, I'm done with this. I want a bed. But you push through it, and you move through it, and you work through it, and you grow, and you learn, and you adapt. And then when I came back home and I started working again, back to my life, it was a little bit of a tower moment, because I'm like, crap, I got clients calling me, I got this happening, or my family and stuff. So it was definitely like a shock to get reintegrated into society. And that's not to say that like it was terrible, it's not, but like there's certain things in nature that are very comforting. And another key lesson for me is that nature really doesn't lie. It shows you who it is, and it doesn't keep secrets, it doesn't pretend, and it gives you signs, okay? Like, if it's about to rain, you'll see it in the clouds. It's about to rain, and then it will rain. It's like a dog. Dogs don't pretend. They are very transparent. But humans, and going through life and in this material world, in dealing with your managers, your bosses, your jobs, it's not always transparent. People don't say what they do and do what they say all the time. And sometimes it's coming from a point of deceit and manipulation. Other times it's coming from a stance of insecurity. Like, these people are lying to your face and trying to make you do something. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes because they're insecure and they have a facade, they have like makeup on, and they're just trying to inflate themselves and not being the real self, and doing things not to help the collective and themselves, but to help just themselves. And they'll do anything just to help themselves. And that's not how I operate, but that's how a lot of people operate. And that's a realization that I have. I need to be able to see them, but not just with my eyes, but like with this and this, to get their true intentions and move forward. Nature's not going to lie to your face. It's just going to show you, but it's still going to be challenging, right? Nature's still going to be challenging. You're still going to have to deal with the storm, but you're going to see it ahead of time and it's going to be more clear. But in the 3D world, it's not always going to be clear. The person that you're worshiping, even me, could have some crap behind the scenes that you don't know. So keep that in mind when you navigate through life, and find that balance, whatever that balance means for you. So this trip helped me with balance and getting into nature, because I've been so positioned in and around city life my whole life, and wanting to be part of that. And I think I learned a lot of lessons, and I'm still learning lessons from it. But it was definitely like a key point for me to be out in nature and grow and evolve and experience that. Yeah, all I recommend is that you go out and you take steps towards what makes you happy and what makes you passionate, and don't let other people's judgments or ideas stop you from being your true self. This was a spiritual trip. This is who I am. I was holding this back and I wasn't comfortable about coming out and talking about my spirituality, my thoughts on life, but now I'm a little bit more open about that. And in effect, I think I'm more authentic and I'm more who I am, because that's who I am. Not to say that if you're not like me, you're a bad person. No, everyone has a seat at the table, but we all bring different perspectives. That's what I believe. So I wish you well, peace. Thanks for listening to my rant.